Why, hello there. The fancy meeting you here. Well, actually, it's not fancy at all. This is very informal, very rude of you. Bad. Bad. No. No. Bad of you. Very unfancy. But anyway, who cares whether or not you're fancy? Because I'm not fancy. No siree. And who am I, you asked? Why, I'm Gravitalk, and I'm here to review another installment of a film that has been hastily splattered across the silver screen. And this week, that film in question is a teenage mutant, the ninja, turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And you might be asking yourselves, wait a minute, there has already been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the year 1990. Well, I have news for you, son. This is a new one, bitch. Yes, they went and they rebooted the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise so they could make another one after the first one, which was made in someone's back parking lot, and then the second one, which was about the ooze and secret to it, even though there was no secret, it's just that it was an accident. And I'm like, oh, where the fuck are the Ultrams? And then there was the third one that went back in time and bullshitted around in time, and it's like nothing happened to the timeline, so what was the point of traveling back in time other than to save April? Like, oh, we gotta go back in time to Japan. Why couldn't you just go to Japan in the first place? You have to go back to ancient Japan? Like, it's not enough you're going to regular Japan. You have to go to ancient Japan, because I guess that's the only Japan worth going to. And then there was the animated TMNT movie, which came out in 2007, which may or may have not been a part of the original trilogy. Some people think it was because it treats it like, oh, they haven't been ninja-ing in a long time. They used to, but now they're not. And then other people were like, no, it's original because nobody looks even remotely the same, and it's all, and also it wouldn't make sense in the timeline and whatnot. And I'm just like, how come they couldn't bring any of the classic TMNT turtles? Oh, they did their TMNT variants. They did just these. They made up bullshit for it. Like, oh, 13 monsters of Scooby-Doo, and these statues are mad at Patrick Stewart. Oh no, who gives a shit? I came here for Shredder, okay? And that's what I got in this movie. Yay! But was it good? Well, let's find out. And on today's episode, whenever I do a review of a movie, I do it with a guest, with a reviewing partner. We're not life partner, reviewing partner. And this week, that partner in crime, get it because we're super fans, is Laurel Madonna Shipkins Hedar. Jesus Christ, your name is long.
Well, excuse me. I don't judge your stupid name at all.
Oh, what, you mean Graviton? That's a cool name. It has gravity in it because I can control gravity. You, on the other hand, do not have a supervillain name. You just have a long-ass, stupid-sounding name.
Well, the longer it is, the more rememberable people will know me.
Oh, really? I don't think anyone will remember all four parts of that name. Laurel, which sounds like that not Black Canary lady in Green Arrow, and then you got Madonna. Oh gee, I wonder what that's a reference to. Oh, spiky boobs lady. Shipkins have no idea, and Hedar. Oh, you're trying to sound foreign or something. Yeah, I guess you could survive such a supervillain name. It's just that people will have a hard time remembering the whole damn thing.
Well, do people remember where I'm from? What supervillain I am of? I mean, what superhero I am the supervillain of?
Yeah, actually, no, I have no idea who you are.
What? You have no idea who I am? I am the arch nemesis of Catwoman.
Really? I thought the arch nemesis of Catwoman was Red Claw.
No, that's Selena Kyle's Catwoman. I'm the villain of a different Catwoman.
Oh, really? Which Catwoman? There's like, it's either Julie Newmar. There's the black lady from the '60s show. There's Anne Hathaway. There's Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh no! Oh shit!
Why are you trying to vomit?
Because I just realized which Catwoman you're an arch nemesis of.
Yes, I am the arch nemesis of Halle Berry Catwoman.
Oh god!
If you were so hateful of me, then why did you agree to have me on the show?
Because I thought you were the villain of the other Black Catwoman. The one from the '60s show. I like her.
Well, she had no supervillain, and also she's dead.
Oh, that's a shame. Look, lady. Look, Laurel Madonna Shipkins Hedar. I only have the top A, the tip of the toppy top, the greatest supervillains on this show. Only them.
Oh, really? Who was the supervillain of your last review? What arch nemesis was his?
Carrot Duck.
I have proven my point. You will accept any supervillain, any of them at all, including me, Laurel Madonna Shipkins Hedar.
Ugh. God damn it. I guess I have no choice then. Okay, Laura Madonna Shipkins Hedar. You can be on the show.
Good. I hope to leave my mark.
I hope that's not obscene or subjective what you just said. Oi. So anyway, here's Laurel Madonna Shipkins Hedar, even though you probably don't remember, and you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Catwoman the movie had a supervillain? What the hell? But it's true. They had a supervillain, and if there's a supervillain in the movie, I have to eventually have them on the show. Unless they're cool like Loki or Joker or Bane or Thanos. In that case, oh no, we don't want to be on the show. So anyway, so let's talk about the movie, shall we?
Let's.
Yes, and today's movie is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ah, what a coincidence. I have had experience with medicines and improving them, pharmaceutical medicines. I have experience in adjusting chemicals and making them my own, just like the villains of this movie.
Yeah, but what the difference is, they use chemicals and medicines and whatnot. You, on the other hand, use makeup. Because apparently, we're trying to drive home the point that, oh, this is a movie about a female superhero, so let's make sure the supervillain plan has to do with females. Makeup!
Hey, it was a genius plan. Unless that meddling cat lady had gotten away with it. I mean, I could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling Halle Berry.
Yeah, whatever. So the point is, um, so much like your makeup, this movie is also about messing with chemicals and messing with the pharmaceutical whatnot, and doing weird experimentational shit with it.
Yes, I am very proud to be of that branch.
But didn't that backfire on you, and it caused you to get all like fucked up or whatnot?
It gave me super strength, which gave me the ability to fight the Catwoman.
Yes, but it also killed you.
Shut up!
Okay. It also made you butt ugly.
Shut up!
Okay. Sorry, Laura Madonna Shipkins. So anyway, um, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What were your first thoughts of the movie? What I mean is, like, what were your initial thoughts going in for the first time? Thinking about it now.
Well, what I thought is that there was this big effort they had to make this unique, to justify their existence, and trying to make it that, yes, this franchise deserved to have another movie and another reimagining. But I don't think that this new reimagining was worth making.
Oh, really?
Yes, what were your thoughts?
Well, well, the thing is, as you know, there was a lot of backlash before this movie came out because they gave this franchise to Michael Bay, Bay.
Ah, yes, the Transformers fellow.
Yes, that fellow. And Michael Bay is notorious for taking something that already exists and then butt fucking it. He just butt fucks it and butt fucks it until he makes it its own bitch and it does whatever he wants. And this is what he did with Transformers. You see, Transformers had a lot of lore and really complicated and deep mythology. And what did Michael Bay do with it? Well, he kept all of that lore and mythology. He did it, but for the most part, he was like, let's just push that to the side and focus on these human characters. Also, whenever we do see the Transformers, they're just going to be fighting and beating each other up. They're not going to have feelings or outlooks on life or character development. They're just going to beat shit up and beat each other silly. That's it.
I see. So, if that's the case, then how did he handle this movie?
Well, here's the thing. This movie was not directed by Michael Bay like the other ones. It was only produced by him. And Michael Bay is such a notorious asshole now that as soon as people heard that he was attached to the project, they didn't care how he was attached. They didn't care whether or not he was directing. The fact that he had anything to do with it made people pissed as fuck. And they were mad. And they were angry. And then he said, like, oh, we're going to make them aliens. That made people even madder. Until, however, until he went back on what he said, and he said, don't worry, guys. They're not going to be aliens. No need to worry. Don't worry. And we were like, Michael Bay, you made us worry. The reason why we're worrying is because you said they were aliens, and now you say that there's not. I mean, how can you be like, oh, don't be all mad about the aliens because there's not aliens. But you're the one who said they were aliens. It's like he made this drastic change just to go back on it and make people happy. Like when they made New Coke, like how when they made New Coke and everybody hated it, and then they went back to old Coke and everybody was happy. It was kind of like that. Like, here's new TMNT, alien TMNT. Oh, you hate that? Well, here's old TMNT, the mutant TMNT. Hooray! Yay! It's like that. It's like he had like a psychological way of handling the fans, you know?
Wow, that was very deep for you. I am impressed by how much you were able to use your brain on that.
Hey, shut up. So anyway, uh, he's so sorry for being impolite, Laurel Madonna Shipkins. It's just that, you know, it's just very hard handling like Bay. It's like, oh, Bay, you asshole. Why do you always gotta keep doing this? But the point is, he's not producing this movie. He was not. He is being directed by the guy who did the sequel to Wrath of the Titans, Clash of the Titans. No wait, sequel to Clash of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans. I just did my mistake.
Oh, really? And how bad of a rep does this guy have?
Well, not much, but people were still like, "Oh, I don't care who's directing it. The fact that it's being produced like by Michael Bay." Oh, and then came the casting of April O'Neil, Megan Fox.
I don't see what's wrong with her. She's a very beautiful individual.
Yes, she is attractive, but here's the problem. People didn't like Megan Fox to begin with. The, Everybody complained about how in the Transformers movies she was not acting, she was just there to look pretty in front of the camera, and that's it. And for this movie, Michael Bay doesn't, you know, they're trying to get people to watch this, and I'm like, wait a minute, guys. You want people to like the fact that you're making this movie. Then why are you casting April O'Neil? You're just asking people to hate your project.
Yes, but here is the rebuttal I have for you, Graviton. You see, there is no such thing as bad publicity. There is always good publicity. Publicity.
You kind of stumbled on that, didn't you?
Yes, but my point is, there is no such thing as bad publicity. Only good publicity. And that's why he did that. To get attention. He wants people to talk about the movie. And he believes that the only way for people to talk about it is if it looks like he's fucking up. By casting Megan Fox. By talking about them being aliens and they're going back on it. And by all these weird things like casting a white shredder. He wants people to think that it's... He wants to be publicly fucking up this movie so people can be talking about it.
But I don't understand. Why purposely fuck up a movie if you want people to see it? Like, why not just try your best to make a good movie so people can talk about the good things?
Why, I'll tell you why. Because fucking up a movie is much easier than making a movie correctly.
Oh, now I get it. Now I understand. It's easier to fuck up a movie than it is to make it correctly. And Michael Bay decided to go for the latter. He decided to fuck up the movie because people would be talking about it either way, and it's easier that way. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yes, that is what I am saying.
Okay, now that we figured that out, let's talk about. So now that we've gotten away of the reason why people hate the movie, or were giving it all backlash before it even came out, you know, now that we're talking about how bad of a rep the movie has had, let's talk about how that affects watching the movie overall.
I did not consider the bad rep at all while I watched this movie.
Really? Well, here's the thing. There has been such a horrible rep for this movie, such a big build up for a pile of shit disappointment. Well, not disappointment, but like everybody was expecting for this movie to be horrible. Everybody, mostly everybody, was expecting this to fail, and that affects my view on it because it's like, I guess I'm gonna watch a stinker apparently. So that kind of affects how I thought of the movie.
Oh, really? And what did you think as a result of looking back at all the bad rep for the movie?
Well, to me, the movie was not as bad as everyone said it was going to be, but there still was a sense of disappointment.
Really? Care to divulge into this? Care to explain all of that?
Hey, you're doing my job, goddammit! I'm the one who says to explain things and get into it. You're trying to do it for me. You're trying to. Wait a minute. Oh no, are you trying to take over the show?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to get you to talk about the movie.
No, I'm the one who tells you to talk about the movie. I'm the one who talks about the movie, and then you bring your points in and whatever. It's not the other way around. You're not the one who gets me to talk about the movie. It's the other way around, goddammit.
Now, Graviton. Let's get back to talking about this movie. And let's start by giving a recap of it. Let's start by recapping the movie and break it down.
That's what I say. That's what I say. I'm the one who says, who says, I'm the one who says, hey, let's now break down the movie and recap it.
Okay, it is your show.
You know it, okay? This is my show, okay? And don't forget it. Okay, now let's break down the movie by recapping it.
We start the movie with the opening logos for the companies. And
now hold on, sister. I'm the one who starts the recap and explains the start of the movie.
Okay, you can do it then.
Don't tell me what to do. So anyway, we start the movie with the movie logos, including Nickelodeon, which reminds us like, oh, this is a Nickelodeon picture because they also made because they're also making the current cartoon, which is way better than this. Spoilers. What else? They also had the Paramount logo to remind us that Paramount has this movie. Hey, remember when they had the Marvel films? Good times, good times. Oh well, now it's with Disney. I'm not trying to show any backlash to Disney. It's just that there used to be a time where you saw the Paramount logo in front of the Marvel films, and now they do that them shit by themselves, and with Disney like right behind them. So anyway, moving on to the film itself, we start with a comic book sequence. Yes, we start with comic book comic book imagery to remind us that this was all of this big franchise of TMNT was based or was originated in a comic book. And that's what they're trying to get the feel of. That's what they're trying to show the audience. Like, hey, it's like a comic book, right? We're showing you comic book imagery. Like, we're showing you like the hand fucking up the city. We're showing silhouettes of Splinter and the baby turtles, and then they show live action sequences of the turtles practicing, but we don't see them. We only see them in the shadows. weapons. You know what I mean?
Yes, I believe I am aware of what you are saying, but may I add that this was all in the opening sequence. They're trying to make you excited for seeing the turtles. They don't show the turtles at first, they only show them in the shadows to build up to the inevitable disappointment.
Yes, I am aware of that. I am aware. I am completely aware of that. I'm just pointing out that, that's there. So anyway, then they cut to April O'Neil, played by Megan Fox. But wait a minute! Vern Thompson, Vern Fenwick is there. Yay! Vern Fenwick. And a much better casting choice for Vern Fenwick with a Will Arnett playing Vern Fenwick. And many people really praise that choice because that seems like a better fit for Fenwick than Megan Fox is for April O'Neil. And I have to agree. That was some good casting choice right there. Too bad he doesn't wear any pink. But anyway, so anyway, they're showing April O'Neil and they're trying to say like, oh, she's this big professional reporter. She's doing things interesting. And it's like, nope, she's just there to give like she's just there to give like a segment to a Good Morning New York show about jumping on trampolines and exercising on the trampolines. And she's like, God damn it, I went to 4 years of journalist school for this. And I'm like, honey, it could have been worse. You could have went like 4 years of science college studying science and whatnot in Canada, and wind up reviewing movies for a living. Oi. So anyway, moving on. She is very. She doesn't like this at all. She thinks this is bullshit. She thinks this is utter bullshit. She should be doing more. She should be reporting on more interesting things, like the Foot Clan. Yes, the Foot Clan. The Foot Clan is this clan of terrorists. Apparently, they have big guns and masks, and this is another divergent from the comic books, because in the comic books, the Foot Clan is a ninja group. It's a ninja group. And here it's just a bunch of motherfuckers in with guns.
They were trying to modernize it and make it more relevant and realistic.
Bitch, this is a movie with giant talking turtles. I don't think making it realistic is necessary, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, she wants to report on that. So she's got her leads, and she's going around like harassing people and trying to find out the secret behind this Foot Clan. Seeing if there's a way to stop them. Because this is something worth covering. Not jumping on a trampoline. So anyway, so she goes to this place where they have a whole bunch of giant boxes. Those docks with those giant boxes.
Yes, I am aware of it, honey. Now, get back to reviewing.
Hey, stop acting like you have authority over me. I have authority over me. So anyway, she's secretly filming with her phone, which is a shitty phone, might I add, because it barely takes pictures good.
Barely takes pictures well.
I can't hear you. Anyway, So she's taking pictures of the Foot Clan that's trying to rob this giant crate place. But then they're attacked. But April can't see who they're being attacked by. All she sees is a symbol that is left after the Foot Clan has been apprehended. So she tells her boss, Bernadette Thompson. And Bernadette Thompson was in the original cartoon along with Vernon Fenwick, but there's a difference between this Bernadette Thompson and the original Bernadette Thompson.
Oh, really? And what is that difference?
Well, in the original cartoon, he had a penis, and he was white. And here, he has a vagina, and she has boobs, and black. It's Whoopi Goldberg!
Wow, that was quite a stark difference between the source material and the adaptation.
Well, to be fair, Bern Thompson was never really a major character, you know? So if they're gonna change a white man into a black woman, whatever, he's not important. I like Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg! She needs to go back playing a crime-fighting nun with a dinosaur sidekick or whatever that was. So anyway, she goes to Whoopi Goldberg and tells her about this case she has. And Whoopi is like,
April, I'm sorry, but this story you have, there's nothing to it. You got no facts to back it up. You gotta come back, baby, with a better source. You gotta come back with more of a story for this.
So she goes and she sees her older friend Eric Sachs, and Eric Sachs is a businessman, and he is head of TCGRI Fridays, and he uses TGRI Fridays to help him, with making pharmaceutical whatnot.
Oh, really? Could he be behind the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes, because we saw him say that in the trailers.
Oh.
Yes, and then we get some backstory. And the backstory is that he worked with April O'Neil's father, and after a horrible accident, April O'Neil's father got his ass killed, and Eric Sachs went on doing his own thing, and he was really bad on all accounts. And he tells April that he has her support on whatever bullshit she does. So that gives April confidence, and she's like, okay, thank you, Eric Sachs.
Now wait just 1 minute. Eric Sachs sounds like an American equivalent of the name Oroku Saki, which is the name of the Shredder. Could this be the Shredder?
Well, apparently, that's what was originally reported. That was originally said. It was originally reported that this character was that this right here was going to be Shredder. He was going to be white. He was going to be a businessman, and he was going to have a white name that was like the white version of Oroku Saki. Oroku Saki, Americanized into Eric Sachs, which Eric Sachs sounds like Oroku Saki, except American, and that's what everybody thought. But apparently, what happened is that what must have happened, I assume, is that the filmmakers including Michael Bay and his bitch who directed the second Clash of the Titans movie. They thought that, you know what, we're getting too much negative backlash for this, for having a white Shredder. Let's edit in an Asian Shredder. We're gonna still have the white guy, but he's not going to be the Shredder. Instead, we're just gonna edit in this Asian guy.
Oh, really? Is that how they did it?
I assume. I mean, it's weird because now we have an actual Asian Shredder in the movie. He's called the Shredder. He looks kind of like how Shredder looks in the current cartoon. You know, bald and has scars on his face and Asian. Yay, Asians! I love you, Asians. Don't stop being Asians. So anyway, but the thing is, they never call him Oroku Saki. It's like they think, well, we already have Eric Sachs now, and we can't take that out of the movie because the actor already did all his scenes. So let's just call the actual Asian Shredder the Shredder, and nothing else. Also, Karai is there for some reason. She doesn't have any character development. She's just there with the gun. So anyway, we have a scene that lets us know, like, hey guys, don't worry. I know you were angry about Shredder being white. Well, guess what? That white Shredder isn't the Shredder. This Shredder is the Shredder. Asian Shredder. So anyway, after Asian Shredder is announced to the public, we see April O'Neil doing some more snooping. And this time, she goes snooping in the subway, you know, where she finds another stick up by the Foot Clan. And then all of a sudden the lights go out, and it's kind of like the original movie, you know where the turtles come in and they fuck up the Foot Clan, and then we turn on the lights and they're not there anymore. And then some of the other civilians besides April say like, hey, they must have went up that saran wrapped tunnel. So she follows the tunnel up to a building where we finally get to see the turtles.
Yes. It took a lot longer to see them, to find them, and to introduce them in this movie than it did in the other movies.
Yes. Here's another thing that people were concerned about this movie, is that they were afraid this movie would be made in the same way as the Transformers movie. And by that, I mean that with the Transformers movies, they had their human characters, and then for most of the movie, they just focused on the human characters. Like, these Transformers were on the side. It's like, human character problems, human character problems, human character problems. Oh, look, there's some Transformers. Human character problems, human character problems, human character problems.
And how does this movie compare to that one in handling the turtles?
Well, here's the thing. Well, it's not as bad as the Transformers per se. I'd say with this movie, it's like 50-50. With the Transformers, it was like 80-20. 80% of the movie was the humans and 20% was the Transformers. With here, however, 50% is the humans and 50% is the turtles.
Ah, so that must have pleased you, that the turtles get as much focus as the humans.
Well, here's the thing. It's called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which means that it's not enough that they get to have 50% of the movie with the humans. It should be more than that. It should be the reverse of how the Transformers are doing it. 80% should be the Ninja Turtles, and 20% should be for the humans. But no, they're just doing like equally, and I'm like, no, we want It's not enough that you show the turtles just as much as the humans. We want the turtles more than the humans. More.
Ah, I see. Now now that we are done discussing the act of bringing the turtles into this movie, let's talk about what the movie is like now that the turtles are here.
Hey, I was gonna do that anyway.
Then why don't you?
Ugh. Okay, so anyway, so April climbs up the building where the Saram Wrap tunnel was leading to, and she takes a picture of the turtles while the turtles are doing their, classic routine where they congratulate each other for a job well done kicking the foot's asses. Like, woohoo! Job well done, everybody! Let's high five! Turtle power! But then they hear the flash from April's camera, and they're like, "Oh shit, son! The human has seen us!" So they surround her, and then we get an establishing of what each butt ugly Shrek-looking turtle is like. And to be fair, they do manage to get down bare basic the basic personalities of the turtles, the basic traits that Leonardo, the Blue Mask Turtle, is the authoritative leader one who's like has authority over the other turtles, and Raphael is the badass one who doesn't take any shit from Leonardo. He goes his own way, and in this version he's like a thug or something. Anyway, Donatello is the nerdy one with the big old glasses, and he has the technological know-how and whatnot, and Michelangelo is the laid-back surfer dude turtle who's all laid back and comic relief one.
Oh, really? And is there a problem with this, Graviton? Tell me what negatives you find with this.
You stop telling me how to do this review, okay? I have done these reviews for over a year now, and I had no trouble doing them without you popping up and being all authoritative over me.
Now, Mr. Graviton, please continue with the review. These people are expecting a review.
Stop acting like I don't know that. So anyway, something negative about it. It seems to me like the writers of this movie were told the basic principles of each turtle, like what their basic trait is. And then that's all they did. Like they just took those basic traits and then did nothing else, it seems. Like, well, except for one of them. But I won't get to that one until the very end of the review. Anyway, the point is that each personality trait of each turtle seems to be amplified by 1 billion. Like they were like, oh, Leonardo's the leader one? Okay, let's make that extra abundantly clear that he's the leader by having him push around the other turtles. Oh, the Raph is the badass one. So let's make that extra abundantly clear by having him be angry all the time and brooding and pissed by everyone. Oh, Donatello is the nerdy one. So let's put a whole bunch of technological. Let's put a giant computer and gadgets and whatnot on top of his shell and give him like goggles that go over his glasses and whatnot to drive home the fact that, oh, this is the nerdy turtle, and for Michelangelo, like, oh, he's the laid back surfer bum dude. Let's make that abundantly clear by having everything he say is something silly and dumb and let's have him like have this rocket-powered skateboard, and let's have him wear surfer trunks, like half of a surfer suit, because he's a surfer dude, and he's got like surfer accessories and whatnot. Uy.
Ah, very good. Now, let's move on to the rest of the movie, shall we?
I was gonna do that anyway. So anyway, the rest of the movie. Now that April has found out the turtles like threaten her. They're like if you tell anybody about us, we are going to fucking kill you. No, I'm just kidding. They don't say anything like that, but they imply it. It's kind of a. Unfortunately, this is kind of a reminiscent of the Transformers, in that this is kind of a reminiscent of the Transformers, in that they were a lot harsher and more cold than they originally were in the cartoon and comic books and whatnot.
Ah, I see. Go on.
Don't tell me to go on. So anyway, moving on. The turtles make their heroic exit, and that prompts April to realize, wait a minute, these turtles are familiar. I remember one time before my father died, he and Eric Sachs were experimenting on four turtles. Could this be the four turtles?
Obviously.
Yeah, I didn't ask you. So anyway, so she goes to her apartment where Abby Elliott of little tiny SNL fame is there, and April O'Neil takes out her old ass camera and show and reveals to us that, hey, it's true. When I was a little kid, my father experimented on these four turtles and a rat, and I named the turtles. And the turtles had little spots that were, the colors of their masks. And I named the turtles, and I named the turtles after Renaissance artists. And I named the rat Splinter for some reason. And I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Why? What prompts you to use the F-bomb?
Well, for starters, you mean to tell me that everything, and I mean almost everything that has to do with the turtles was done by young April O'Neil. The names of the turtles, the colors of the turtles, red, blue, orange, and purple. The fact that they like pizza, all of that is April O'Neil's doing. Young girl April O'Neil. That was all her, and she's the one who freed the turtles, as we reveal later.
Now, don't get ahead of yourself.
Shut up. So anyway, there is like to be fair, there is it is okay to change the turtles' origin, since they've been changed several times before. But here it's like, wait a minute, this is just to make the movie more about April, is how I feel, and that's how it is later, because April goes back into the sewer.
Don't get ahead of yourself now. There are still a few scenes to go before that, honey.
Hey, stop acting like you have authority over me. I have authority over myself, god damn it. So anyway, before April goes to the turtles, which happens later, she goes to Whoopi Goldberg and tells her, like, hey, I found the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles name drop, and Whoopi Goldberg immediately fires her because Whoopi Goldberg is like, baby, I am very disappointed with you. You can't just steal the Ninja Turtles movie away from them by being directly responsible for that origin. That's just being a horrible bitch. I'll fire you. So, Whoopi Goldberg rightfully fires April O'Neil. Vernon Fenwick finds this as an excuse to bone April. April refuses. April goes to. April asks Vernon instead to help her travel all the way up north. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, how north is this of New York that we're up in the snowy mountains?
Fairly north.
Where it's so north that they go up to Eric Sack's place, which is this big ass mansion. And apparently the only person who lives in this mansion is Eric Sachs, because he opens the door himself. He has no butlers or maids or anything, and she shows him the turtles, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, those are the turtles that I experimented on. They're alive." And then he shows her, like, "Hey, you know how people complain that I was not Asian? Well, it turns out I am Asian. Eric Sachs is Asian. I'm just white. I'm just a white Asian. You know, like African American. American Asian. Whatever." So anyway, he mentions that he was raised by this mysterious person of authority, a sensei, and he doesn't reveal who that sensei is. Gee, I wonder who that could be.
I believe it's Shredder, honey.
I was asking rhetorically. So anyway, Eric Sachs shoos her away, like, "Okay, here's my business card, call me. My people will call your people, not the other way around. Go away now." So he goes to his basement where shadowy Shredder is hiding, and we still haven't seen his face completely. All we know is that, yeah, I guess this is the real Shredder. So Eric Sachs tells real Shredder, "Dude, remember those baby turtles we experimented on a long time ago? They're alive! We need to get them!" And real Shredder is like, "I will get them myself." And fake white Shredder is like, "Okay, but use this new armor I created. I mean, you could use your old armor that we never see, which is cooler, but screw that. Let's give you the Silver Samurai's armor from X-Men Origins Wolverine."
Huh. And how come he's not reviewing this movie instead of me? Why didn't you get the Silver Samurai?
Because he refused to. He didn't want to. He thought it was too on the nose.
I see. You need to be more assertive when booking guests to be on your show, honey.
Don't tell me how to produce my own program. I know how to produce my own program. So anyway, Shredder, real Asian shadowy Shredder, accepts the samurai. The turtles kidnap April because when the turtles went back to their home, their lair, they were like, "Shh, don't wake up our master, Splinter. Shh, you shut up. No, you shut the fuck up. No, you shut the fuck up. No, you shh. 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 No, you shh.
That went on for too long.
I'm trying to bring the point that was really long, but it was realistic because it showed that the turtles are bickering brothers, and they're just trying to not wake up Splinter, but they do. So we finally get to see CGI Red Splinter. Oy.
And what is wrong with that, honey?
Well, when they introduce Splinter, he's torturing them. He's making them balance on furniture. He's making them do weird errands while they're on the furniture. Like Leonardo is balancing eggs on spoons, and Raphael is knitting, and I'm like, wow, this is really weird. But it's like, this isn't how you should introduce Shredder. You're supposed to introduce Shredder as this caring, yet disciplined. He's supposed to be caring and disciplined at the same time. You know, he's tender, but he's also disciplined father figure for the turtles. And with this, they just introduce him with the discipline part. He's torturing the turtles. He's interrogating them. He's trying to get information out of Mikey by tempting him with an advertisement for Pizza Hut. Plug it in, plug it in. And Mikey caves and tells Master Splinter that we beat the we went up into the city without your permission, and we beat the Foot's ass, but we were found by this girl named April O'Neil. And Splinter's like, oh no, April O'Neil, she's in horrible trouble. You need to take her. You need to bring her to our sewer so she can be in more trouble. So Donnie does his technological know-how and locates April O'Neil. They kidnap her. They put her in a sack. They make it seem like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are sexual predators. Teenage sexual predator turtles. Teenage sexual predator turtles. And they bring her to the sewer. They introduce her, and they show her Master Splinter, and Splinter tells her that you are the one who is responsible for our origin, even though that's stupid. Oh, really? Tell me, Graviton, how is this stupid or unintelligent, less intelligent than the original origin of the turtles? Because this is just a big contrived way to have April more involved in the plot. I mean, she's involved enough by trying to search for the turtles and finding them. But then she's like, oh, wait a minute, I just suddenly remembered. I created those turtles. He's like, ugh. Like, way to try to make her more involved just so we can look at Megan Fox more.
Maybe it would have been better for you, or less. Maybe you would have had less of a problem if they had a more competent actress.
Yeah, that's probably it. Finally, you and I are on the same point.
I was never on the wrong point, honey. You just don't know how to do this review properly.
You will what? Fine, then you review it.
Yes, I will. Gladly.
Nope, too bad. I'm going to keep reviewing it. So anyway, Splinter tells them that even though he was a rat for most of that flashback sequence, he remembers being injected with this super drug. Do they call it the ooze? I don't think they call it the ooze.
No, I don't believe they do.
But anyway, he remembers that. He remembers Papa O'Neil. He remembers Papa O'Neil setting the place ablaze, trying to get rid of all the research because Eric Sachs is working for an evil overlord, the Shredder. Wait a minute. How the hell does Splinter and the Turtles know all that? They already know about the Shredder? They know how. And what's worse is that Hamato Yoshi is not in this movie.
Oh, really? Then how does Splinter learn the mastery of Kung Fu?
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Anyway, so 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 April's father sets the whole entire lab ablaze, and apparently he dies in the fire. And then April, who somehow does not see her father doing this, I guess this was after he died. She saves the turtles and the rat and frees them into and sets them free into the sewers. And they're like, "Thank you for not keeping us as pets and instead throwing us into a horrible sewer." But anyway, you know what? That's just more of that, contrivance to make April more involved with everything, and now and then that's when Splinter explains, like, yes, and I began to develop and I began to evolve and become more human-like, and so did the turtles. But I didn't want them to be corrupted by the horrible music stylings of Gwen Stefani. I wanted to raise them disciplinedly. So I conveniently found this book on Kung Fu, and I taught them the waves of Kung Fu after teaching myself somehow, even though I'm a rat and I shouldn't be able to read. But I did, and now I know Kung Fu. And then I taught the turtles, and then the turtles did some kind of a leapfrog thing that will play into later in the movie, and whatnot.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. And now, because of this, Splinter feels like he has gratitude towards April, and he makes him and his turtles bow down towards April.
Yes, they really hype it up. They're like, "Oh, yes, April is the greatest thing ever. She's so fantastic. She's perfect. Love Megan Fox. Love her. She's great. And you're shit for not liking her. Adoy, doy, doy." And then, hooray, the Foot Clan interrupt. And they come in and they're like, "No, screw all this Megan Fox worshipping. We're stealing the turtles." And then in comes the Shredder in all of his the Wolverine. What the fuck? Oh dear. What the? I'm sorry.
You gotta be more professional, honey. You can't let all of this other stuff interrupt your review.
Shut up. Oh, god damn it. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. My iPod is on the fritz. So anyway, moving on. Moving on. The Shredder is in all his silver samurai from the Wolverine armor, and he attacks Splinter. And you think that Splinter is going to die, and the Ninja Turtles are being tased, and they're being tased to death, and they're being apprehended by the Foot, and Raphael and April O'Neil are covered in rubble, but somehow they survive, and then they pick up a Splinter from the rubble. And by this time, Shredder has left the building. Shredder has left because apparently he only needs the turtles. He doesn't need Splinter. He's like, "Oh, screw the rat. I only need the turtles. I don't need the rat. It's not like keeping the rat will interrupt my plans." So anyway, he goes with the Foot, and they got the turtles, and they put the turtles in this big van, all but Raph. So anyway, Raph wakes up, O'Neil wakes up, and they're like, "Oh no, Splinter is hurt. He's in really bad condition. Let's leave him alone here." So they leave him alone here. April asks for for Vernon's van, and Vernon is like, "Sweet, I'm gonna get laid." Oh shit, it's a Ninja Turtle. And Raph is like, "Oh shit, it's a human nerd." And I'm like, "Oh come on now, it's not cool to think that nerds are not cool." Anyway, so they go to Eric Sack's fancy big ass mansion, and in the mansion, the turtles are being held in cages, and there's tubes that are stuck to them, and Eric Sachs becomes a James Bond villain for some reason. He gives them like a James Bond villain-esque monologue, and it's so James Bond-esque that you can practically hear the James Bond music as he's talking. Da 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 da. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's necessary to sing it.
This is my show, goddammit! I'll sing it if I want to. So anyway, he explains to them like he explains to them in a James Bond villain way, like this is all a part of my plan. I'm going to take the mutagen, suck the mutagen out of you, and put it into this antidote for this disease that I'm going to spread across the city. And once the disease has killed millions, I'm going to come in and tell people that I will save the day with your blood because I'm a James Bond villain. And the turtles are like, "God damn it, if only we had enough energy, but we're really sad and mopey, and you tased us and gave us like these tranquilizing things. God damn it!" Also, we get a reference to Usagi Jimbo.
Oh, really? And who is that?
Well, Usagi Jimbo is a samurai rabbit who worked with the turtles before, and the reference here is that Eric Sachs is like amazed that the turtles became human-like, and he says like, "And to think, we were going to use rabbits instead." Oh, I see what you did there. Usagi Jimbo reference.
Or it could be a reference to the fact that rabbits are a more common experimental animal than turtles are.
Hey, don't rain on my parade, sister. So now that Eric Sachs has shown them a presentation using one of his footmen, god damn it, there goes another one of them. Geez, you gotta be more kinder to your footsmen, or you won't get as good of a work ethic if you keep killing them as examples. So anyway, so he's got enough turtle blood, and he and his scientists flamboyantly leave the premises. And the Shredder, the real Shredder, the not Eric Sachs Shredder, the Shredder that we assume is Oroku Saki because he's Asian, but it's not called Oroku Saki. He's just credited as Shredder. He's up at the a giant ass tower, and there is where the device that will release the gas that will give people a horrible disease. He's there guarding it to make sure that the turtles don't succumb during the climax, which is about to happen. So April O'Neil, Vern Fenwick, and Raphael are in the van. They storm the premises because apparently April automatically. Because the point is they stormed the premises. Whatever, they stormed the premises. They're like, get the fuck out of our way. They make it into the laboratory somehow. They apparently April O'Neil knows exactly where the laboratory is, where they're hiding the turtles, And Donatello, who, naturally is the brainy one, knows what to do, even though he is barely awake. And he's like, adrenaline, adrenaline. There, that second one sounds more nerdy. Adrenaline. Oh. And so April goes to the computer and sees the adrenaline button, and she is not aware of the fact that there is such thing as too much adrenaline. So she increases it up to 1 bajillion apparently, and that gives the turtles too much adrenaline, and they crash out of the cages, and they're like, we're free, we're so definitely free. This must be what it's like to be on crack cocaine. This is the only way we're gonna be high off of crack cocaine in a PG-13 film made for children. So they run, and then they're like, okay, let's take advantage of the fact that we're really fast to get this movie over with. Let's end the movie already. So they run outside of the mansion, and they're really fast. And they're like, oh no, oh shit, it's the ninja soldiers. They got a whole bunch of weapons. They're tasing us again. And Vern Fenwick is like, oh man, they crashed my van. Oh, this is going to be a recurring gag where I mess up vehicles. So instead, he gets onto a semi-truck, and so does April. And all the turtles get on the semi-truck. And they're going to go to the tower where Eric Sachs, foolishly, might I add, told them exactly what was going to happen.
Well, you can't blame him. He was so certain that the turtles wouldn't be freed.
Yes, but that's the problem with all supervillains. Bob, I think you're making a mistake there. I think I'm regaining my confidence over you.
Oh, whatever. Go on with the review.
Shut up. So anyway, then we see this cool-ass chase sequence. And I must admit, while I'm still on the fence of whether or not I like this movie, you gotta admit, that chase sequence was badass. It was awesome. Yeah, because it's through the snow. The half of it is just the Foot Clan in these trucks chasing the turtles down this slippery slope road, and then the other half is them going off this cliff, and then they're going down the mountain, and everyone is sliding. The truck is sliding. All four of the turtles are sliding on their shells. The jeeps with the Foot Clan are sliding. Everything is sliding. The turtles are still fighting the Foot. Everybody is going down the hill. They're fighting. They're fighting. Vern Fenwick is taking a picture of April O'Neil's ass, or he's just or he's just admiring it, whatever. And then, oh damn it, a giant ass cliff interrupts it. God damn it! But that's okay. None of the Ninja Turtles or the two human characters are harmed. They're okay. They're fine. The Foot Clans might be all fucked up and dead, but who cares about them? So anyway, they conveniently, through plot convenience, find a sewer hole. But this is okay, because the other movies and the TV shows also had plot convenient sewer holes that popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, here we go, down the sewer. So they go down the sewer, and there's more sliding. Yay, sliding! And then they go their separate ways. They split up like a Scooby-Doo gang. The two human characters, April O'Neil and Vernon Fenwick, go to take care of White Not Shredder, and the turtles go deal with Asian True Shredder. and the turtles go on top of the tower where Asian real Shredder is typing down the codes to activate the gas bomb. But the turtles are there to fuck things up for them. So they attack him, and then they do that leapfrog routine, which apparently takes care of the Shredder, but it doesn't. So what was the point of that?
Aren't you forgetting what happened to Karai?
I think the movie forgot her too.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Keep going.
Okay, so Vern Fenwick and April find White's not Shredder, and he's about to activate the ooze to make the antidote to take care of them. And they're like, no, not on our watch. And they easily take care of him. I think they knock him out or something. I think he's still alive. Is Eric Stack still alive? I don't know. The point is, Shredder and the Ninja Turtles. That's what we came here for. So the Shredder and the Ninja Turtles still having their badass fight and whatnot. But Shredder is still is too badass for them. Ugh. And you know what that means.
April has to come and save the day.
April has to come and save the day. So for somehow she winds up there, and either she or Donatello deactivates the bomb, but Shredder is like, nope, there's still a way for me to activate the bomb by me pushing over the steeple of this tower, you know, the big ass antenna, and it will crush the bomb, and the bomb will still spread the disease. So he's pushing the tower, and then he fights the turtles on the tower, and somehow, some way, Megan Fox makes her way onto the antenna too. So now all of them are on the antenna, the complete set of action figures. So they're all on the antenna now, and the antenna is falling, and Shredder loses his grip, you know, because he's the bad guy. Can't have him survive, but he has the mutagen for some reason. And then he falls splat on the city.
Yes, but we see he was holding the mutagen, and we see his hand move.
Yeah, sequel bait.
Yes, but here's the thing. This is the only sequel bait in the movie.
Yeah, you're right. I'll get to that point later. So anyway, the antenna is slowly falling, and all the other characters, you know, the four turtles and April are still on it. So now they're about to fall, and they're like, oh man, we better have our last words. Donnie, what are your last words? My last words is that is a plug-in for Pop-Tarts. Mikey, what's your last words? My last words is a pop culture reference to Lost. The Raphael, what's your last words? My last words are the only character development I have, and that is that I love you guys, and I'm sorry that I push you guys around, but that's only because I love you guys that much, and I know you can do it, and I'm really sad. And Raphael and Michael and Leonardo. And then Leonardo is like, my last words is that these last words are not our last words because we're safe, Raph. And then Raph is like, oh, I knew that. So everything has been averted. Everything has been wrapped up. There's not much of an epilogue, just that Vern Fenwick has been given a new car from the newspaper.
Have they clarified whether or not April O'Neil has a new job from them?
No, but it doesn't matter. Splinter gets cured by the mutagen. It doesn't turn him into a bigger rat monster thing. We do it, whatever. So he gets cured. more comic relief from the Turtles. The Turtles come in to reveal that they have a big shell truck to sell toys. Of course, there is the only reason for that.
Yes, that does seem like the only reason why they included the truck at the end was just to sell toys of it.
Yep, that was the only reason. They also used it to destroy Vern Feinwick's car to establish like, oh, doopy doopy, Vern Feinwick's life sucks. So anyway, Michelangelo is still horny for April, which is funny because in the animated series, uh, Donatello is the one who has a crush on April, but here it's Michelangelo.
Yes, but it's very different.
Yes, there is a difference between the way Donatello has a crush on April and the way Michelangelo has a crush. Because in the cartoon, Donatello has like a puppy dog like crush. He's like he's like too shy to let her know that he has a crush on her, and he's very shy, and he always has like fantasies of her kissing him and whatnot, and he's like, oh, I'm a lovesick puppy. And meanwhile, with Michelangelo in this movie, Michelangelo is like, oh, I'm horny. You want to have sex with me, April? I know you want to have sex with me. Will you have sex with me? Well, it's not like that, but it's kind of. So anyway, that's the end of the movie. Then we have another comic book sequence, where the turtles are disguising themselves as this giant billboard girls, boobies, bra boobies. And that's it. The movie's over. There's no more sequel bait, surprisingly.
Yes, this movie was surprisingly a lack of sequel bait, such as with most other superhero movies.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy was filled, was infested with sequel bait, but not here. Here there was only one sequel bait. Shredder might still be alive because he moved his hand. Other than that, they don't set up anything. It's like, yep, we already discovered what the ooze was. This was like the first original Ninja Turtles movie combined with the second one, so there's no point in talking about the ooze anymore.
I guess that means they have more freedom to do whatever they want in the sequel.
Yeah, that's probably it.
But the question is, do you want a sequel? Do you want to see more from this universe? From this new franchise of Ninja Turtles?
Let me think. Let me figure this out. Okay, here's the thing. Whenever there's an adaptation of something we've seen a bajillion times before, there has to be something new brought to the table. But not only that, that something new has to be worthwhile. It has to be memorable. And the thing is, with the Transformers films, while they are pieces of shit, they're at least memorable for being pieces of shit. With this, it doesn't seem like the changes they make to it makes it memorable enough to, doesn't make it memorable enough, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No, I believe I don't. Please, explain more.
I was getting to that. What I'm saying is that I don't feel like this movie did enough to separate it from other movies, other than the fact that, oh, April has to do with everything. But it's just to, praise Megan facts and whatnot. I just feel like there's not enough to give this movie an own identity separate from the other movies or cartoon or show or whatever.
But what does that make you really forget it?
No, not too much. I mean, there still are things memorable of it. Like, I think this movie tried harder than the Transformer films did in they did a better job at sticking to the source material. But the thing is, I don't feel like that's something worth noting because they were like, oh, we were originally going to do something completely different than the original comic books by making them aliens and making the Shredder an alien that's all yellow and stuff and whatnot. And then they were like, no, we're going to do something original. Aren't you? Or we're going to do something closer to the source material. Aren't you glad about that? Well, yes, we're glad, but you should have done that from to begin with.
I see. So you think that they're making too much of a big deal, that they're sticking to the source material?
Yes, that's what I mean. And what else you mean is that while this movie was not bad, to me, this movie was not horrible. It just wasn't rememberable enough to make a big deal out of. And it's for your question about it having a sequel. I actually kind of do hope for a sequel, just so we can see like what different stuff we can see from this. Because sure, this movie brought like something different to the Turtles. You know, the way, you know, April being a part of their origin and whatnot. But we've seen that before in other things. And I know everything has been done before, and it's just a matter of seeing it done in a unique way. This way just wasn't unique enough for me. And it wasn't rememberable. And if there's going to be a sequel, then good. So we can see things that we haven't seen before in the Turtle films. Because so far, we've seen everything. We've already seen Splinter and the Turtles and Shredder. And sure, there are new things that have been added, like Karai and Vernon and Byrne, played by Whoopi Goldberg. But it's not major enough to warrant its own identity. Right now, this is just like oh, here's just another Ninja Turtle film. I want something new from this. I want something that will set it apart. It wasn't shitty, but it wasn't good either. It was just bland. Like, oh, we're doing something different. April has to do with the origin. So what? That's not unique enough. I want something new, different, unique. And hopefully, if they have a sequel, they can do that. You know what I mean?
I believe I might. So, let's rate the film.
That's what I do, sister. I'm the one who rates the film. Now, do you believe that the audience at home should either watch this movie or get mutated into a Usagi Jimbo and then get tased to death?
I believe that they should get tased to death as a samurai rabbit.
And you have an explanation for that?
I do. Because, as you said, this new movie was not warranted. If they were just going to go over the Turtles' backstory again. We've already seen that done in live action before. Do you know what warranted the Spider-Man reboot? Was that they did something different. They had a different villain. They had the Lizard instead of the Green Goblin. Sure, there was still the origin they were dealing with, but at least they had a different villain, and they also had the parents. They did things differently. The differences here were not major enough or interesting enough to warrant this movie's existence.
You know, I might have been angry and mean at you, lady, for the past couple of hours reviewing this movie, but I have to agree with you on that. You pretty much hit the nail on the head. But for me, this movie was superfluous enough to be like, if there is a sequel, yeah, I want to watch it, and the folks at home can watch it if they want, but they don't have to watch this movie if they want to, because the things they bring you are not interesting enough. So, sure, why not? Uh, go get mutated into a samurai rabbit and then get tased to death. And then go slide down a snowy mountain. Instead of watching this movie, because it's just not interesting enough. And I mean, sure, it gets down the turtles. It gets down their characterizations, but not enough to where it's unique. You know what I mean? You know where they're memorable because it's like oh the turtles are acting the way. I could just watch the new cartoon series for that. Oh, by the way, speaking of the cartoon series, too bad April's father is dead in this movie because now he can't get mutated into a bat. Huh? Huh?
I don't understand.
He's a bat in the cartoon. Oh. And you know who else the cartoon has? It has Baxter Stackman. Yes, I like Baxter Stackman. I can relate to him. He's this nerdy guy. I mean, sure, he's not white because he's black, but he's still I can still relate to him in the way he's nerdy and he's got all these inventions and whatnot. And he was in the comic books. Then he was in the old cartoon, but he was white. And then he was black again in the 2000s cartoon. And now he's in the current cartoon where he's black again. And he should have been in the movie.
But wait a minute. I thought I saw his name in the credits.
Yes, I did too. They listed his name in the credits, and it said that he was being played by K. Todd Freeman. And I'm like, okay, oh good. They have someone who has experience playing a henchman for a bad guy because he was the mayor's assistant in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But he's not in this movie. I couldn't find him anywhere. Did they delete his scene, but they kept him in the credits? What the fuck happened?
Oh well, I guess you'll just have to go searching on the internet for the explanation.
Yeah, I guess I will. You know, lady, you may have been trying to take over this show, but thank you for sticking with me to the end.
You're welcome, and I apologize if I felt that you were too intimidated by my authority over you.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. Were you trying to be authoritative over me just so I could be more authoritative to you? Were you trying to teach me a lesson? Were you trying to do some kind of psychological thing to my mind like Michael Bay does to Ninja Turtle fans?
Maybe, maybe not. Goodbye, Graviton.
Where did she go? Where did Madonna Laurel Shipkins Donnell Hardell go? Man, she has a long ass name. Curse you, lady with the part name. Oh well. So that's the review, everybody. This was another long one, wasn't it? Jeez Louise. So tune in next time where I review a movie that's like the Avengers if superheroes were replaced with retired action stars that have lost all of their relevance. See you next time, everybody. Yeah. Where did she go? I don't see her anywhere. Oh, here's a calling card. Is this your calling card? Like the Ninja Turtles had a calling card? What is it? Oh, it's a makeup kit. Ooh, this is some nice product. I'm going to make myself look nice, and I'm going to make myself look great, and I'm going to be like a metrosexual. Yes, I'm going to be pretty man. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. This has gotten too crazy.